Hey fans, I'm Trevor Pill alongside Travis Yosting. We're here to get you set for John Tyler's Saturday matchup for the Trinity Mother Francis Tyler Football Classic as they'll take on the Longview Lobos. But first off, let's talk about last week as John Tyler took on Plano. Travis, they fell 35-17, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like John Tyler just couldn't get any consistency going.
Definitely, you know, they had more yardage, total yardage than Plano, but a couple turnovers, that punt snap that went over the head of the punter, those mistakes just proved costly and just slowed him down, took him out of rhythm.
I mean, there were some great points. I mean, quarterback Bryson Smith, he looked great, 14 carries, 144 yards. It seemed like he could do a lot with his legs, but not too much with his throwing arm.
Yeah, you know, he had a hard time finding open receivers. I think you have to credit Plano defense for that. You know, even Damian Miller and Dentavian Gross, their two go-to receivers, they were kind of bottled up all night.
Now, what are some good things that you saw in Bryson Smith?
You have to definitely say his ability to scramble. You know, he didn't get too many designed run plays, but he still rushed for almost 150 yards. Especially that one 60-yard scramble that he made to, you know, put the Lions on the board to start with was pretty impressive.
Now, Travis was able to catch up with Coach Holmes about this week's matchup with the Longview Lobos. Let's see what he had to say about some keys to a victory and about his offense and defense.
Oh, all three of these games are going to be tough. As you can see, Plano game was just as tough as we knew it was going to be. We knew that it was going to be smart. We knew that it was going to be physical. When you play a good team like that, you can't make mistakes because they will capitalize on. That's what happened to us last Friday. This Saturday, we got to make sure we don't make those same mistakes and we minimize the mistakes that we probably may make and don't let them capitalize on them. Oh, most definitely. It's that first varsity game, you know, and it's going against a very good team. That's going to help you get ready for the rest of these teams. So going against that, knowing that, you know, if we would have minimized our mistakes, not through the two interceptions, we win that game and not lose that game. I think we got room for everywhere to improve offense, defense, and special teams, and that's what we're going to do during the preseason. That's what the preseason is for. You must improve week in and week out to get better so that when you do roll in the district, you pretty much got everything solidified that you need. Physical, big, normal Longview. The Lobos are always going to be the Lobos, and they know that John Tyler's always going to be John Tyler.
Now, Travis, Coach Holmes had a great quote about playing Plano and if it helps get you ready for this Longview team, and he says that teams want to make the playoffs, but they don't want to play playoff caliber teams along that way. And do you think Plano is kind of one of those teams that get John Tyler in a rhythm going towards district play?
Definitely, you know, playing a school with over 5,000 kids that has as much tradition of football as Plano does, you know, being the third, you know, winningest program in the state, that's obviously going to get you ready, get you going, you know, playing against a team with plenty of athletes, tons of size, you know, definitely going to be the biggest school that they face all year. So, you know, especially going up against Longview next, you know, it's going to be more of the same. You know, Longview's got a lot of big guys, so, you know, it'll get them ready as they keep going throughout the season. And
Longview is now ranked number 9, the AP poll that was released this week. Now, John Tyler and Longview playing each other is no different. We see that happening. You've watched that game a couple of times. What can we kind of expect from this high-intensity matchup?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be high intensity, going to be a little bit smash mouth. You know, these two teams are just going to go at it full force. You know, they're not going to leave anything out. You know, and both teams want to win. This is a big rivalry game, you know, big bragging rights, and they're definitely going to want to get that win, and especially given that there is a chance they could meet in the playoffs.
Yeah, and these teams played last year, but John Tyler did come out top, but there are new faces and new places on both teams, so we do expect a different game with, like you said, more high intensity like we see every year. Now, some keys for John Tyler to get their feet underneath them and to get a win under their belt.
You know, I think they need a little bit more consistency from some of their younger guys in the linebacker core. They obviously need to get that passing game going because they struggled in that regard, less than 150 yards passing. If they can get that going, then they've got a good shot against Longview.
Now, again, this is a very young team. They are getting some experience under their belt. I believe we were able to speak with Chandrick Williams today too. Kind of give us some thought of kind of how he felt about this defense and what they kind of need to work on.
Well, he looks at them a lot of the younger guys that are playing kind of like how he was last year. You know, last year Chandrick Williams played almost every game, started almost every game as a sophomore, and now he's got, you know, sophomores around him in those positions, and so he's, you know, maintaining the faith in those guys and, you know, encouraging them, and he believes in that as the season progresses, they're just going to keep getting better, and that defense is going to be better than they were last year.
John Tyler, Longview, give us a prediction.
I think it's going to be close. Another tight one. I think John Tyler can pull it out 30-23.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. Travis Yosting with ET Final Score. You can find him on Twitter at @TYostingETFS. Follow him. He will be live tweeting the game this Saturday at Rose Stadium at 7:30 p.m. It will be the final game of the Trinity Mother Francis Tyler Football Classic. We will have our video crew on the sideline so you can catch instant replays from big plays, big hits, and all of that on the ET Final Score Facebook and Twitter page. As for me, I'm Trevor Pill. We'll see you next week.